Alrighty, so creative process for Shrek Step, which is the name of this song composition. So a little bit of backstory for this one. Um, I had a class in the previous term, Music and Social Justice, where for my final assignment, I decided to write and record a song, which I'd never done before. Now I told friends and family about this. I told my brother, and I guess my brother ended up telling his roommates. And at some point, they're like, "Oh, Josh, you're using GarageBand. Um, we recorded us like voice memos of us saying the names of characters from Shrek, and we want you to make a Shrek dubstep song." And I'm like, I don't know if that will happen. But then fast forward to this term, um, you know, we have to do three composition assignments. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a try. So I got the voice memos from them and used it to make this thing, this beautiful thing. It's not really a dubstep song because my knowledge of, DAWs and just that genre in general is not where it needs to be. So it's more of just kind of like a dance song, which I'm actually pretty proud of how it turned out, which is really funny. So basically, I had all these voice memos, but I didn't really know what to do with them. I didn't know how to get how to get the ball rolling, how to get started. So during reading week, that's kind of when I decided, okay, this is where I'm going to start figuring this out. Basically, I was noodling around on my bass guitar one time and came up with this little bass line that I thought, okay, if I like speed this up a bit, then it could be pretty good. So I kind of kept that in my pocket, and then I used GarageBand to try and come up with just some kind of MIDI drum beat, which I did, and I kind of would add on more and more to this drum beat that would change depending on the verse or the chorus. And so once I had that all done, I ended up recording the bass line that I had. And yeah, from there it was just a bunch of just deciding what I wanted to include in the song, since I have, limitless possibilities with MIDI and a bunch of different synth sounds and whatnot. So I found the little in GarageBand, it's called the jazz organ, which I thought was like a pretty cool, just like chord drone sort of thing. So it just sustains the entire time. It switches, but it like sustains basically the whole time. That I had throughout most of the song. I added other like synth stuff, like the arpeggios. There's like a synth solo towards the end of the song, which I think is pretty cool. There's there's the pre-chorus bit, which if it was a dubstep song would kind of be like the part where it's like leading up to a drop, but instead of it like dropping everything and being all huge, it just kind of goes back into like a more developed version of the bass groove, or the verse groove, with the bass line is in full swing, the drum beat's in full swing, everything's in full swing. And yeah, I decided to also just have a key change because I thought it would be funny, to be honest, to have a ludicrous song about just Shrek characters, not even really about them, just saying their names, and then have a key change as the third chorus. So I basically recorded everything that I did and just recorded it up a semitone. Went from B flat minor to B natural minor. And yeah, once all of the music was said and done, that's when I kind of decided to add in the voice memos, where I would basically since they were recorded kind of scrappily, I had to chop them up a little bit and then quantize them so they fit together. And then, and I'm surprised by how well it turned out. When I first was getting the voice memos in, I'm like, I might actually not be able to do this because I don't know how, but I figured it out, and it sounds rhythmically correct. So, that's all dandy. And yeah, I just added in, I just kind of basically just listened to all the voice memos and included which ones I could, because there's quite a lot that I had in there. I think I had probably about 10 different ones that peek in here and there, and there were a couple more that I didn't use, just because they didn't really fit, or I couldn't really get them rhythmically aligned how I wanted them to. Um, but yeah, all in all, it was definitely a much longer process than the last song, as everything was from scratch, and it was, a genre of music I'm not very familiar with. It was definitely an exercise in stepping out of my comfort zone, which I'm proud of, and I really like how it turned out. Um, I hope you do. It's really not that funny. It's like it's a joke song, more or less, but you know, I think it also functions well as just a fun song regardless. So, yeah.